6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
If you're the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
2nd down and 4.
All right. On 18. That's it.
Stroud looking to throw. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
To number 13, Christian Kirk. It's a gain of 2.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. They'll come up now, 3rd and 3.
Here we go, let's go. On 18. That's it.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
So often on these RPOs, we see the ball get from the quarterback to the receiver in what feels like a nanosecond. But on this play, he actually cleared coverage downfield a bit before the ball got to him. The net result, though, a considerable gain.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
On 18. What's that?
Stroud. Touchdown, Texans. Nico Collins, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Now another shot here at the PAT. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. The Browns drive about to get started. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
2nd and 10. Sanders to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
Well, you do need to know as a young quarterback that if you're going to spread the field, the ball's got to come out quick, and you have to know where to go with the football, really in pre-snap. Identify where you want to go and get rid of it.
Now Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Dropping these balls while I brush my teeth. Flipping this verse like a boomerang. Landed on stage and you back.
3rd and 20.
Stephanie! Corey, Stephanie! Big Lion!
Looking to throw. Sanders.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Texans will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Here's Stroud.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I thought at first he tried to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Stroud. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he pulled in downfield by Collins.
But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Stroud to throw it. Another one caught by Collins.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another that's going to set up 1st and goal.
Tony.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
Joe Mixon
Taking it in from 4 yards out.
and the Texans will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Texans 14, Browns 7.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Tiny Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Let's go now.
Sanders. To the left side, he finds Bond.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be caught for the Browns touchdown.
Jerry Jeudy, as the first half is winding down. And the Browns have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. So on this drive, the rookie leads him into the end zone, Charles, and that helps cancel out the points that were created on the previous drive when he threw the interception.
Yeah, let's give some credit to this rookie, because instead of hanging his head after his mistake leads to a touchdown, he comes back out and he's firing and made up for it right there. A well-executed series helps reestablish some confidence in him to run this offense.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position.
Texans take over first and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up second down.
Here we go, let's go. Swap, another swap. Hey, south.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He'll let this go deep for Collins. That is incomplete.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
And good coverage there on special teams as they get him down shy of the 20.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 2.
118, what's up?
As Stroud now to throw. This one taken in by Stover. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
18, what's up?
Now Stroud. Now he'll tuck this and run. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
It'd be interesting to see what he decides to do the next time he's in the position we just saw there. Outside of the pocket, takes a throw downfield and turns up incomplete. I wonder if next time he might take off and run.
Here goes Stroud again. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 40. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
18. What's that? Buggy.
They'll look to throw again. Now he's going to step up and run. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Well, they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive.
19 Texas.
Back to throw. Stroud. That's caught inside the 20. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10.
At the 16-yard line.
Swap. Another swap. Hey, south.
Stroud out of the gun here. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Texans have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on an opening drive in the second half.
When you give up a long touchdown drive, you're looking for a silver lining. In this case, it's the fact that your offense had a chance to rest, and now they can come out in the field charged up and ready to go.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Makes the score Texans 21, Browns 14. Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, Charles, you and I said with intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored, and now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
From the gun, it's Sanders. Now he'll tuck this and run. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
10 yards. That's another Browns first down. It's a gain of 10. First down, Browns.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Sanders. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Number 16, incomplete. He was intercepted by Derek Stingley.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Now Sanders. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Third down and 10 yards to go.
Throwing, Sanders. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense, but when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the 4th quarter. Got to feel pretty good as a defense.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. This now a chance at the very least to burn some clock following that 4th down stop. Points would be ideal for some breathing room, no doubt. And really, a field goal would be huge. That would make it a 2-score game. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensive.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
18, what's that?
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Here we go, let's go. 18, what's that?
Looking to throw. Stroud. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. Second down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. field.
That's good.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there. A breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
And that is taken in by Njoku. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Nice, well-coached, a team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
All three timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. Now Watson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Here's 2nd down. Watson. Now he's going to step up and run. And Watson has enough for the first down yardage as he slides to the turf.
19 yards. That's another Browns first down.
Here's Watson. He's got it. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Watson to throw. And they do not get it. It's incomplete. They went for the win, and the big gamble does not pay off. So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. Oh, did the Browns get it? I think so, yes. The field goal will do it for them. They got the onside kick that they needed here. We'll see if they can do the rest.
Some teams are just not comfortable waiting to see what happens. Some teams like to force the action. That's exactly what we saw with this onside kick.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. To throw, Watson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead, and also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Stroud to throw it. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
Stroud. And that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Browns have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you can see what they were trying to do, just send those guys out there to make a play, but that is a costly interception.
Yeah, that's kind of like the backyard. Everybody go deep, and let's see if we can find someone. 4 verticals in the route. Any other time of the game, I love the call. But here, you're not going to hold safeties. You're not going to hold corners with any looks because they know what the situation is, ends up throwing the interception.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about it.